Welcome to the Steve Reeve Podcast with the best moments from the past week and a few things that didn't make it to air. Thursday.
We will be going back to the polls before too long. Now, it hasn't officially occurred, but news outlets are reporting this morning that the Sunday, Prime Minister Mark Carney is going to be asking for the Governor General to dissolve Parliament and do that whole call for a federal election thing. Almost as if it was anticipated to happen within the first week or two, like barely a week since the actual swearing in. That made it official. But first 3 weeks people were saying it's going to happen, or else it's a really bad choice. So it is expected to be called for late April or early May, specifically reminding us that the best part of the Canadian system is that we only have to endure federal election campaigns for a short amount of time. In this case, like a month and change, instead of months and months on end on a regularly occurring schedule. Exhausting.
It's time for Cruz Music News with Steve Reeve.
So, there's new music coming from Disturbed. This has been confirmed by guitarist Dan Donegan. They're on their tour right now celebrating 25 years of The Sickness and singeing the championship banners for the Chicago Bulls while they were in their hometown. But still, they have said that since 2022, no music's come out, but they've worked on a lot lately, have a ton of stuff recorded for the new album, and it should be not too long. New single going to be coming out, I Will Not Break, as well. That really is inspired by the previous albums that Disturbed has put out. Now switching gears, sonically, Elton John and Brandi Carlile, of course, collaborating on the big documentary that was Oscar contention and everything for this year. But now moving on, they're going to be performing together. A special show at the London Palladium is coming, and now there's a chance for everybody to check it out because it's actually going to be turned into a TV special as well. CBS is going to be distributing that. And sad news to end off on for lovers of music videos everywhere. A man who was prolific in the space, Marty Callner, has died. He worked with a laundry list of really talented musicians. Cher, Twisted Sister, The Rolling Stones, Aerosmith, as well as comedy acts, Chris Rock, Robin Williams, and more. He died at the age of 78 due to natural causes, confirmed by his son this morning.
You're listening to the Steve Reeve Podcast from 100.5 Cruz FM.
U of A researchers, just learned, are going to be getting federal funding to develop a smart cloth that is 100% inspired by Batman Begins.
Regularly flexible, but put a current through it. Molecules realign, become rigid.
What kind of shapes can you make?
Can be tailored to fit in any structure based on a rigid skeleton.
Too expensive for the Army?
But I don't think they ever tried to market it to the billionaire spelunking base jumping crowd.
Yeah, no, they didn't. But they are trying to market it specifically to people with physical disabilities. Yeah, it won't let anyone fly or even glide, for now at least. But that's because the goal is to help people that may need some stability in their clothing, or they might need support for certain muscles. Just a whole bunch of different applications. And beyond that, maybe some workplace or even recreation things going on. And as soon as I told my friend about this, the first thought was, hey, that's going to be really cool to have Batman capes when we fight the States. My partner is out of town for a few days, attending a conference, and that means, the cat's away. I have the chance to get up to all kinds of things that I normally wouldn't be able to get away with. I'm excited for tonight. Why? Because I'm going to make the biggest and most basic pile of spaghetti for dinner. Rebel spirit activate! No, it's not that, she doesn't like pasta, just not noodles and a jar of Classico. That's too plain. She wants a little more when it comes to pasta, and I do love fancy pasta too, my goodness. But I got the spaghetti and I got the jar of sauce on sale for $5 total. So here I am in the grocery store being like, ooh, that's my Thursday night. It means it's time to tuck a napkin into the neck of my shirt and party.
Friday.
Wild story this morning about a band, Gel. They're from New Jersey. I really genuinely don't know much about them, but they are in the headlines today. And it's because they've broken up, very abruptly split up due to the actions of one member, a man named Anthony Webster. So reportedly, allegedly, what he did was stole thousands of dollars from the band for personal expense needs, including what is quoted to be This is what caught my eye. An unbelievable amount of OnlyFans subscriptions. And beyond that, actually really, really damaging stuff. Like allegedly, he was also sharing nude photos of other band members. That opens up a whole different line of questioning, but bottom line is not something you should be doing whatsoever. Former bandmates just saying is an immature dude. Yeah, not a good situation. But again, can we revisit the thousands of dollars stolen from the band for an unbelievable amount of OnlyFans subscriptions? Just looking at surface level here, I have to imagine if you're in a rock band and you need thousands of dollars for OnlyFans subscriptions, you're doing something wrong with the being in the rock band. And maybe it was really time for them to split up. News out of Tuscany. The midges, I don't know if you've seen footage. There is just a biblical amount of these midges flying around. They're basically saying it's a takeover of Tuscany. It's keeping people inside their homes. The footage is going all over the internet. And yeah, it's looking pretty crazy. But I'll tell you, I think I have seen crazier with my own eyes right here in this place. Do you remember? I think it was 2007. Anybody who was around will absolutely remember, because how can you ever forget? The Caterpillars. The Caterpillars. This is one of those things where, every once in a while, things fall into place. The planets align or whatever, where you just get a huge population spike of a certain insect. And we had the forest tent caterpillars taking over this entire region. It was unbelievable. Like when you say biblical, it kind of gives that image in your mind. I do mean it. This was the kind of stuff that would have inspired plague stories for sure. To the point where I remember I was visiting. I didn't live here at the time. I was living elsewhere, but visiting that summer. And my friend took me for a road, like a trip down the road, down the dirt road. And at one point he stopped the vehicle and I went, hang on, no, wait, but we haven't stopped because the road is still moving. No, it's not moving. The whole entire surface of the road is moving. It's because it's all caterpillars. Went inside his house later that day. It sounded like it was raining. It was unbelievable. So I am shuddering seeing what's going on over in Tuscany, even though it doesn't even quite look as bad. First up, we've got Metallica in the news. Kirk Hammett of Metallica specifically, he's putting out a book, a coffee table book. It's going to have a whole bunch of photos, and it explores his extraordinary guitar collection, of course, and life in music. It's got a pretty simple title. It's just called The Collection, Kurt Hammett. And there's going to be 3 different versions. There's the main one that's just going to be in huge supply, but then limited versions as well beyond it for, of course, more money. But it's 400 pages. Better have a sturdy coffee table. Bobby Weir has said that maybe the Grateful Dead could reunite for a 60th anniversary. It was late last year that they were going to put together a tour before Phil Lesh passed away, and kind of put a pin in that, a damper on things for sure. But recently, Bobby Weir has said he's still open to the idea and would like to celebrate the milestone, though difficulties stand in the way. And there's been a change in the lineup for Guns N' Roses. They had an amicable split, but a sudden split with Frank Ferrer, who has been the drummer for quite some time. The band saying specifically they wish him success in the next chapter of his musical journey. And of course, are also looking to replace the drummer and have some percussion when they go on tour.
You're listening to the Steve Reeve Podcast from 100.5 Cruz FM.
It wasn't something I had for sale, but a friend of mine showed me the conversation with a buy and sell item, on the Facebook marketplace that he had. And those, it's hilarious how much of a trope it is to get the ghosting going on there. Hi, is this available? Yeah, sure it is. Nothing. They're gone. Why? Why even ask in the first place? But this was kind of an evolution of that, a step beyond, because there was that some sort of setup. Hey, is this still available? Yes. Are you interested? And the answer back was, maybe someday. What? Maybe someday. I'm like, it's not available later on. It's not in perpetuity. Like, it's gone once somebody buys it. Do you want it or not? Maybe someday. Weird, man. From Big Brothers and Big Sisters of Wood Buffalo, the executive director, Hannah Fridhead, longtime friend of the show. How you been doing?
I've been amazing. Thank you, Steve. Thank you for having me.
Of course. So it's because tomorrow is Bowl for Kids' Sake, 4th annual as it exists now. But this is a legacy thing that's been going on for a long time in the community in some form or another to help out with BBBS.
Exactly. And this is one of our biggest fundraisers of the year, or as we like to call it, fundraiser.
Fundraiser, yeah.
Because it is really, truly so much fun. And it's where teams or individuals can sign up to be a part of this event, Bowl for Kids' Sake. And they fundraise on behalf of Big Brothers Big Sisters of Wood Buffalo. And then tomorrow, Saturday, at the Alley YMM, we all come together for 90-minute bowling slots, starting at 2 p.m., going all the way to 9:30 in the evening. And people bowl, raise money, have a great time, eat pizza.
Yeah. I love the pizza there.
I know, it's so good.
It's so good. It just satisfies, scratches my itch or whatever's going on there. I love it. So that is something to partake in if you're going to check this out. It's a long time in the community. Like I said, I'm a lifer. I've been here so many years, but it used to be. Man. We used to have a different bowling alley at a time when the Bowl for Kids' Sake first started, and then we didn't have that anymore. It became Curl for Kids' Sake, and now it's so nice that Bowl for Kids' Sake is kind of back in its original form again, but at the Alley YMM, and they've been great partners since they started coming on, right?
Yes, they are absolutely amazing. Not only are they our event partner, our venue sponsor, but during the time you're there bowling for Bowl for Kids, they're also giving a big discount on some of their most popular menu items. And not only that, they're donating part of the proceeds of these items to Big Brothers Big Sisters of Wood Buffalo. And it's just, they're so amazing to work with.
Yeah. So the tally gets a little higher and a little higher and a little higher and raises even more funds. Now, the part that is really the most important part is what do those funds get used for? Obviously, youth programming in our community to provide mentorship, but I'm sure you can say it better than I could, right?
Well, you said it quite well.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
All the money raised stays right here in Wood Buffalo, and it goes towards our one-on-one mentoring program, which we're most known for.
Yeah.
But we also run a lot of group programming. We do Go Girls, Game On, and Ignite. We also have a new program called Crafty Kids, which is exactly what it sounds like.
Yeah.
We do a lot of crafts. Our most popular program is the Full Circle Mentorship Program, which is an Indigenous-based group, brings together a lot of Indigenous knowledge, activities, and that program was specifically developed here in Wood Buffalo, and it doesn't exist anywhere else.
Yeah, there's a need. There's absolute need for it, and so it got formed. So it's not just this entity of the Big Brothers Big Sisters, and everything has to be the same in every place. No, it's adapted for the community.
Exactly.
Yeah.
One thing we started this week actually is our new program called Teen Thrive.
Okay.
It's a partnership with the Twisted Body downtown, and it's a teen mental health well-being program.
It sounds like there's a physical aspect as well, right?
Yeah. So there's some yoga, there is breath work, there is meditation, there is a lot of learning about how to deal with anxiety, with stress,
Sure.
if you're feeling down,
Yeah.
if you're feeling pressured, and what you can do, like affirmations, how you can handle yourself, how you can use your breath, how you can connect. And the most common thing when I tell people about this new program is the one for adults too?
Can I do it too?
have one too?
Get myself straightened out too? Yeah.
Right.
That's really funny. It's for the kids. It's for the
kids.
children, all right?
It's for the teens.
But that's vitally important. And, there is no separation really between body and mind. If you're talking mental health,
We're all
the body's
one piece.
part of it. So, it's really cool to hear that not only our program is continuing, but continuing to innovate with Big Brothers Big Sisters of Wood Buffalo right here in our community.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And important to know too, that is all our programs are free.
Yeah.
Completely free.
So reliant on support, on fundraisers is one of your flagship events of the year. So dig deep, right?
Dig deep, make it happen, and come join us. We still have a couple slots available, or time slots, I should say. And once those are full, we are full, but you can still join the fundraising campaign.
Sure, yeah. Or
all
support.
the different teams are fundraising online through the Canada Helps website. You can donate directly to us, or you can donate to the teams. We do have prizes lined up.
Yeah, right,
raffle
yes.
items, as well as things like best team theme, the punniest name, cutest outfit, and then the People's Choice Award.
Yeah.
So
I've been to this event, many times in the past. A lot of people like to come together. Bring, it's like family groups or like people that work together, like to get together and do this. And so it doesn't matter what the combination of people is, or like you said, individuals as well. Mm-hmm. The point is just to go and have some fun and raise some funds for Big Brothers Big Sisters of Wood Buffalo.
we decided people usually tend to want to go home once they're done.
Sure.
So we're going to do the bigger raffle items. We're actually going to raffle off live.
Yeah. Okay. So
on our
throughout the
social
day,
media.
the whole thing's a party. Yeah.
The whole thing's a party, and it's a great, great time. And if you are an individual who would like to join us, check out the Community Champions team.
Okay.
It's for anyone who wants to go and bowl, but for some reason you don't have anyone to go with, you don't have a team lined up, and you just thought about it right now that you'd like to join, you can join the Community Champions group.
woodbuffalo.bigbrothersbigsisters.ca to find out about this, and of course everything else that you guys do in the community.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
So Bowl for Kids' Sake, coming back again, 4th annual, though longer legacy than that in our community. If you've been, definitely come back again. If you haven't, make a new memory.
Exactly.
Yeah. Thanks for coming to hang out, Hannah.
Thank you, Steve. And remember, go out and bowl for kids.
Transmission over. Want more Steve? New podcast episodes happen every Friday, or just tune into the Steve Reeve Show. Weekday mornings starting at 5:30 a.m. on 100.5 Cruz FM.